Hello, welcome to Edupedia World Video. After explaining the term Middle Ages in previous video and introducing you to some of the misconceptions about events from the distant past, we will now talk about the period from the 5th to the 15th century of Common Era, usually called the Middle Ages. First, let us remind ourselves that this is the Common Era, or the Christian era calendar and dating system we use. It means that we count years from the birth date of Jesus Christ. All years before that date are followed by the phrase BC, or before Christ, while the dates after his birth are followed by the phrase AD, or Anno Domini, which literally means the year of our Lord. Alternative names for these two phrases are Old Era and New Era, or Common Era. Middle Ages period spans from the 5th to 15th century of Common Era only. As far as Middle Ages periodization is concerned, it is the same as in the case of other ages periodization. It is divided into even more sub-periods. The Middle Ages period is usually divided into two sub-periods. The Early Middle Ages from the 5th to 11th century and the Late Middle Ages from the 11th to 15th century. Again, this is only a modern invention of chronologists, used for easier learning of history and remembering of events from the past. It is not necessary to use that periodization. Let us now say something for the introduction to Middle Ages period. During the ancient ages, all nations dispersed from their first homeland in Mesopotamia to all areas of the world, founding the first ancient civilizations. As territories under the ice receded further to north and south, more and more groups of people began colonizing those territories, until every place of all continents was inhabited, with the exception of Antarctica. Numerous wars ensued between people, and violence became present in every corner of the planet. Four main world empires existed: the Babylonian, the Persian, the Greek Macedonian, and the Roman Empire as the last ancient world empire. During the 4th and 5th century of New Era, various European and Asian tribes were attacking the Roman Empire. The most famous among them were Huns and their leader Attila. That period of history is known as the Great Migration period. The real cause of this migration of numerous tribes and nations is not fully known. Some historians say it was the Huns who caused other people to immigrate to Roman territories. Some say it was both the Huns and a great famine, while others believe it was a grave climate change in some parts of Europe and Asia that caused the Great Migration. In any case, not even 100 years after the division of the Roman Empire, its western part was conquered by those migrating tribes in 476. It was the year when German king Odoacer conquered Rome, though Rome was conquered once even before that, in 410, by another tribe from Central Europe, called Vandals. The Roman Empire was pressed by invading and migrating tribes and eventually succumbed to the attack of Germans, Goths, Vandals, Huns, Gepids, Burgundians, Lombards or Langobardians, Suebi, Franks, Angles, Saxons, and other tribes that ancient Romans called barbarians. Barbarian simply means foreigners. The term barbarian has a different meaning today, it means savage, uncivilized people, since those tribes destroyed the Western Roman Empire. But its original meaning is foreigners, and should be translated that way when speaking about those people from the past. After some time, the so-called barbarian tribes defeated Romans and colonized their territories. Actually, with the exception of Rome itself and its vicinity, those tribes did not invade Roman territories. That is, those were not originally Roman possessions, since Romans themselves conquered other nations' territories. They were the real invaders and conquerors. Now the time came for them to pay the price of millennial plundering other people's possessions and slaughter of non-Roman tribes. Romans knew the time had come, and they called the Hunnish leader Attila the scourge of God, for a good reason. The Huns were attacking both Western and Eastern Roman Empire. Attila once wanted to attack the Rome itself, but retreated for unknown reason. The Hunnish Empire conquered all territories of Europe outside the Roman Empire, and some parts of Roman Empire and Asia. After Attila's death, the Hunnish Empire collapsed, but the other tribes and the remaining groups of Huns continued attacking the Roman Empire. At first, the Goths, pressed by Huns from the north, began attacking the Eastern Roman Empire. They were the first to defeat Romans on their own ground in the 4th century, and the first to kill the Roman Emperor himself during a battle. The Goths were a Germanic tribe, or the ancestors of Germans, who came to south from the North Europe, their homeland. One part of them went to Italy, while the other part of them went to Spain. The Goths of Italy are called Eastern Goths or Ostrogoths, while the Goths of Spain are called Western Goths or Visigoths. Both of them founded their kingdoms on the former territory of the Roman Empire, the Ostrogothic kingdom in Italy and Visigothic kingdom of Spain. The Vandals were another invading tribe coming from the Central Europe. Although most historians believe they were Germanic tribe, this is not proven yet. The Vandals plundered Rome in 410, but then continued their conquest and via Spain finally reached North African territories of the Roman Empire, where they founded their own Vandal kingdom. The expression vandalism comes from their name, from obvious reasons. There were many other, mostly Germanic tribes that settled in Roman Empire territories. The Burgundians and Gepids settled in Central Europe, the latter one in Pannonia. Lombardians settled in North Italy. Suebi came to Spain from Germany. Suabia region in Germany was named after them. The famous Frankish tribes settled in what is today France, which was named after them. Angles and Saxons settled in Great Britain in 5th and the 6th century. England was named after the Angles. And all the other tribes coming from Central, North and East Europe settled in all other territories of the Roman Empire during the period between the 4th and 7th century. Basically, all nations that live today in their countries settled there during this early period of Middle Ages, during the so-called Great Migration period, although the autochthonous nations did not migrate anywhere. Most of them was either assimilated by the invading tribes, or they survived in isolated areas of their homeland. The most representative example of this occurrence are the Basques, people that live in modern Spain, but differ from all other European nations. The invasion of Huns, Germans and other European tribes caused the collapse of the Western Roman Empire. All territories west of the Balkan, in modern-day Bosnia, were conquered by them. The Gothic leader Odoacer deposed the last Western Roman Empire, Romulus Augustus XI, in 476, though Odoacer ethnicity is disputed. The Eastern Roman Empire survived the so-called invasion of barbarians. It is usually called Byzantine Empire among modern historians, after the ancient Byzantium settlement in modern-day Istanbul, since it was the capital city. It was called Constantinople in those times, after the Emperor Constantine the Great, who built the city in 330. However, the name Byzantine Empire was never used in Middle Ages by anyone. Again, it is only a name given to it by early modern historians, in order to make a clear distinction between the ancient Roman Empire and the medieval Eastern Roman Empire, that is, the Byzantine Empire. The name itself was invented in the 15th century, after the fall of the Eastern Roman Empire in 1453, and only in the 19th century did historians begin to use it frequently. From the Middle Ages until the 19th century, nobody used the term Byzantine Empire, but they all called it by its real name, Eastern Roman Empire, or simply Roman Empire, since it really was the Roman Empire, or what it was left of it after the barbarian invasion. Since the term Byzantine Empire is an inaccurate political term, we will use only the term Eastern Roman Empire, or simply Roman Empire, despite the fact it was a medieval Roman Empire, and that most historians today use the term Byzantine Empire. Remember, there is not a single historical source that mentions the term Byzantine Empire. Such a thing never existed in history. Not long after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire rulers wanted to reconquer all territories of the former Western Roman Empire, and thus restore the Roman Empire as it was during the ancient ages. They wanted to expel all foreign tribes that destroyed the Western Roman Empire and colonized its former territories. The first and the most famous Eastern Roman emperor to do so was Emperor Justinian I, or Justinian the Great, who lived in the 6th century. We will talk about his reign and the first attempt of restoring the Roman Empire in our next lesson. Thank you for watching Edupedia World Video.